Welcome to the Grit and Grace podcast, where real conversations meet real growth. This is the place where we lean into life's challenges with grit and rise above them with grace. Whether you're here for encouragement, practical tools, or a reminder that you're not walking this journey alone, you're in the right place. So let's dive in. Well, hey, Christy.
Hello.
It's good to see you today. Well, so I like this podcast topic.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Can y'all believe that we are already to June? That's what's crazy. So we're already to June, and we actually, back at the end of last year, planned our podcast for the whole year. And we have pivoted some. Yeah. But we did program a mid-year audit podcast. And actually, it's kind of timely because we'll tell you more about it. But on a recent trip that we went on, we kind of talked about this and didn't even remember that we had written down the mid-year audit because we were essentially doing a mid-year audit a little bit. And so, you know, at the end of last year, we wrapped up the year. And then our first January podcast was the Power of Pushing Start. And so this is perfect because we're mid-year. And we are good personally at like self-auditing.
Yes, it is one of my favorite words, and I use it a lot when I talk to clients. Is auditing.
So, you know, and we are always that sounding board for each other. But so that's kind of what this podcast is we're going to let y'all in to what we're doing in life, what's going well, what's not, what needs to go. You know, we are really good at putting things in and taking things out.
Yes, we are.
Maybe to a fault.
Yes, but we are critical at making it at like answering the questions that are streamlined to our goals.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we do things flippantly.
No, we don't.
I sometimes will.
Yeah.
I will.
But that's also one way we hold each other accountable.
Talk me down.
Like, don't do that. Like, sometimes Christy will be like, I'm going to stop everything. And I'm like, whoa.
Hang on.
Whoa.
Don't go there.
Like, recently, she was kind of worried about something. I was like, wait, don't own that. Don't go there. Stop. Time out. You know, so it's so good to have people in your life that do that. So, you know, when we wrapped up our year and looked at 2026, we had two words that we established.
We did.
So
it is in everything. It's even on papers that I give my clients because our words of build and obey are so powerful.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard
to top that.
It really is.
Yeah, because we have this little sign in our dining room that we change out with like the marquee letters, and we added in January, we said build boldly and obey fully.
Yes.
And I like that because you know, we don't want to halfway do it.
Oh, 100%.
So this kind of is going to help y'all see what we've built and how we've obeyed and maybe how we haven't obeyed up until this point. So
I mean, and that is, and so I was recently listening to a podcast and it talked about goal setting and how as a business person or even as a husband and wife, a spouse or something like that you should always have goals, hold yourself accountable, but you have to talk about them. And you recently looked at some goals that you set personally and business-wise. And I just think like New Year's, people get into that habit of setting goals, but they don't go back to check them.
Yeah.
They don't go and see progress. What have I done? What have I accomplished? And they just look back maybe at the end of the year and they don't recall everything that they did accomplish. And that's sad.
It is sad.
And to see what needs to go and what needs to stay.
Yeah.
Always.
And it's one good thing we set monthly goals and share them with each other, and we like literally check the box if we did it. And then sometimes we just leave it there.
Yes, it hasn't been mastered yet.
That's right. Like, kind of call yourself out on that.
One.
That's right. Didn't happen. So I thought we would start with just a life update.
Okay.
Because life updates are good. So what are we training for?
Oh, races, guys. Races. We are currently training for Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota. We're going back to Grandma's.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited.
So Grandma's Marathon was literally one of our first podcasts. It was it was actually our first trip recap podcast that we did last year at the end of June, and neither one of us were happy with our results. And we actually left Duluth and said, we're never going to come back here. Then made hotel reservations really quick. It's the 150th annual. I'm doing the full, Christy's doing the half. We're excited.
We are excited.
We are not passing out tracking information.
Nope.
We are running our own race. So,
guys, I think she's still a little bitter about the Boston Marathon and my 13 days of Facebook posts.
We just don't want pressure because we put enough pressure on ourselves.
I just love you, and I just wanted everybody to support you in Boston.
No, it was sweet. But, you know, it's funny because we're like, we're just going to go and have fun. And then I'm like, but I think I want to run it in 3:10.
I know. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, so no pressure, but let's PR, you know, let's shave off 3 minutes, you know.
Let's and that may sound easy, but that's so hard.
Yeah.
It is so hard when you become an elite runner like you. And it is eye-opening when you say 3 minutes. They're like, okay, that's easy, and they don't know what 3 minutes faster on 26 miles.
3 minutes faster is like your pace has to go down from, you know, say a 7:30 to a 7:15 or 7:15 to a 7. It makes a big difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah,
like a couple seconds per mile.
Yeah,
makes a difference.
Yes. So that's what we're training for, and then we have one more race later in the fall.
We do. We do.
So another question that's interesting about this season, our workout schedule has changed. Like this, in the last month or two, we've jokingly said like it is the time of like pivots and changes in direction because we're like, oh, let's do this. Oh, that didn't work.
Yep.
Anyway, so how long has it been? It's been 2 months since you stopped outdoor training. End of March.
We are
April, May.
Into March and April.
Yeah.
Because I said because I stopped right at the end of February almost.
Oh, February! Wow.
Wasn't
so, I don't know, 3 months, 2 months.
Maybe it's 2
anyway.
months.
So our workout schedule's changed.
It has changed. We didn't stop. We immediately just now train each other.
Yeah, we're just working out together. And it's funny because when we got a gym membership
right away.
Signed a 2-year contract, which was dumb. And then Christy was like, I love the gym. And then I came into the gym and I was like, I hate the gym. Because I don't like to just like be still. I like to like feel like I'm dying a little bit. And so we did that for a few weeks.
We did. I love the gym. I've been in a gym. I grew up in a gym. I am very comfortable in a gym, going in and doing whatever I want to do on anything. But I have fallen in love with my garage, and I have fallen in love with my my independence and solitude of my garage. But also we are training I'm training for my first marathon, and that's on my mind at the end of the year. You just said that out loud. I know. I think you've already mentioned it. I think you have on another podcast. So I go deep into planning for things. And so I just get onto like a 30-week training schedule.
Obsession.
And so we needed some more miles.
Yeah. So we're doing a lot of running. We're rotating each other's home gym.
Yep.
And we will still go to the bright and dreadful real gym if we have to.
Yes. But and we're doing strength training on our own on Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
But we run every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No, every Monday, Wednesday together.
Yeah.
And then on Fridays, we're doing a hybrid workout. Yeah. Which we both enjoy.
Yeah. And then our long run on Saturday.
And long runs on Saturday.
Yeah. So anyway, that's changed. It's been different. Christy's still been pretty nice in the mornings, though. It's been okay.
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I'm not as cheerful as Bethany is.
Well, it's funny. We were doing like this interval run walk the other day. And so I would think of all the things that I needed to tell her while we were running, like for a mile. And then we would just have like what, a quarter of a mile that we were walking.
Yes.
And I would be like, Christy, what are you doing? And she's like, just a minute.
Hang on. Oh yeah. Yes.
So
I'm trying to breathe, and she is getting these ideas in this 5-minute run. No, we were running almost a mile.
Yeah.
Almost mile repeats.
Yeah, we were.
And I'm like, man, you can come up with a lot of ideas in less than 10 minutes.
I can't even breathe. But
no.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to survive out here.
Yes. Then we've had lots of family stuff, which is good. So our oldest graduated a week ago, Darby. She was the salutatorian at Bullard, and that was special with lots of, we've had lots of family stuff. And then Grace Wellness is moving. This is our last podcast recording in this spot, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it is.
So we bought a building just around the corner, and it's been a remodel, and so that's all exciting because of growth.
Yes, that is exciting.
So that's like the life update.
Yeah, that's our life update.
Well, and then running update, we kind of just said some of it. Our current season, we're training for grandmas. That's in just 2.5 weeks we leave.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're just always trying to keep something healthy too with injuries.
I know. And I mean, we're learning, and we are both people that lead from the front, and we give advice, and we need to take advice. And so one thing is just learning how to recover smarter. So that has been a recent thing for me, is because I am someone that can get fixated on certain things, and I enjoy streaks. You know, I'm 8 years sober, and I haven't had sugar in almost 5 years. And I am proud of streaks. I've done push-ups every day since November. And I made the goal of running every day in 2026. And so Bethany and I both had this goal, but I have been with this hip. And so I was like, okay, I'm not being smart here. I am not being smart. And this streak or this fixation on doing this. And what did you say? What was your mic drop? It's about being a failure. It was something.
I was like, us running every day is not, like, us breaking this streak is not an admission of failure.
It's not a mission of failure.
Yes, because Christy was kind of in her feelings about not being able to run. And, you know, we've ran every day for 6 months.
And you've run after 26.2 miles.
And every time I have a race, and the next day I'm like, oh my goodness, I've got to run, because Christy's watching me, I'm watching her. Anyway, and so we just kind of had this is one of our pivots. I was like, look, we're not being smart. This is not smart. You are running on a hip that hurts. It is not smart when I run the day after a marathon, because we're trying to prove this streak. So sometimes we have to do a self-check.
And we decided, and I actually took 6 days off. Sunday to today was the first day I ran since last Sunday. It was since last Saturday. And just to really focus on accessory work for my hip and strengthening it in a different way, and really just recover better. And we even talked about how you used to take Sundays off, and you used to train before when you qualified for the Boston Marathon the first time. It was you ran 4 days a week, and I was like, okay, this really does need to go.
Yeah. So that's one really good example of us being willing to audit ourselves and be like, okay, it seemed like a good goal, but it's not, that doesn't prove our success or failure in any way.
Exactly.
So Sunday, are you going to run?
Nope.
Me neither, because I'm running 18 tomorrow. So I will take Sunday off and do strength training or something else.
Yes,
so.
I'm running for 60 minutes tomorrow. It's going to be my longest run since last Saturday, and to make sure it's good. Yeah. But I feel good. It was a good taper. it was a long taper.
So we also had this was, don't you feel like in our friendship that there's some moments that will always stand out?
Oh, there's many of those.
So we had one of those recently.
We do. And our husbands probably just are going to snicker at this
and
story.
Y'all might not even understand it either, but we'll try to explain. So we mentioned in our last podcast that we were training for DECA, that we were going to go do DECA Fit together in Austin. And we did practice for it, leading all the way up to it. And so this was a couple weeks ago. It was Mother's Day weekend. And so we left here on a Friday early
Friday,
and went to Austin. And I was a little bit feeling guilty the whole time already, because it was Mother's Day weekend, knowing that we were going to be away from our family on Mother's Day. But they were all okay with it. We've planned it, literally, we've had it on the calendar the whole year.
We have.
And so we went to Austin, and we got there that night, spent the night. And the next morning, you know, we're early people, of course. And so we weren't supposed to compete until 1:30.
Yes.
And so we got up and like went for a walk. It was like awkward, right? Because we would normally rather just run, do the things. So we were like ready, but we went for a walk, and then we waited for the running stores to open, and we hit a couple running stores. And so it was really time. Like under normal circumstances, Christy would have been like,
let's go.
Let's
get there early.
We need to get there 2 hours early. I want to watch the elites.
Watch it. Yep.
But she wasn't. She was just kind of in a weird mood, actually. Like just not super, no sparkle. Anyway.
Guys, I sparkle.
No sparkle. And so I was like, are you ready to go to the convention center, or do you want to take a power nap? Because we can both
we talked
agree
about the power
on a power
nap, and I was really wanting that.
And so she was like, no, I don't care if we get there early at all. Let's go take a power nap. And because we've been up for hours at that point, and we hadn't eaten because we didn't want to eat before we competed. So we went back. We can like get in power nap mode in about 2 seconds, right? Like white noise on, blacked out. Man, I put a pillow over my head, alarm set. And so we both slept a little bit, 45 minutes, right?
45-minute nap.
And so we wake up from the power nap, and we're like both like eating a fuel bar because we're like starving and we're about to compete. And then Christy's just kind of sitting on the bed like there's no motivation. It's like 40 minutes till we're gonna go.
That we need to go there.
She said something like, I think I might have said, do you even want to do this? And she was like, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we didn't. And I was like, are you serious? Like you don't want to do this. It's not, you're not gonna have any regrets. No. Are you? I was like, no, I mean, but we might as well just leave then, not miss Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And then it was like 30 minutes before we were supposed to start.
That's what I said. I said, we've got to be there in 30 minutes. Like our time is starting in 30 minutes. And it was like a 10, 15-minute drive from the hotel.
Yeah. And so we just kind of sat there and looked at each other. In about 5 minutes, we said, you know what? Like our heart's not in this. The season's over. Let's just go home.
Yeah. And
which is so uncharacteristic for us.
Yeah. I mean, guys, we drove and put it in perspective. Austin is it was about a 4.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
To get to Austin. And we had 2 events planned. So we got there on Friday. Saturday morning, we were going to do the solo DECA Fit and hopefully qualify for Worlds. That was our goal. And then we were going to do the DECA Fit team on Sunday, which was Mother's Day, and then leave Sunday afternoon. It was also a later thing. And I was hoping we could have gone earlier, but there was like no way. I looked at the scheduling and there was no way we could sneak in earlier.
Yeah.
And if we had podium, we wouldn't have been able to podium because we were on the road. We got to get home to our families, and we had to turn around and work early the next morning. There was no downtime. So I wasn't excited, but also preface this, we were supposed to compete.
Oh yeah.
We were supposed to compete with our husbands.
The week before.
Was it the week before?
It was the
week before at a DECA Fit, a DECA Mile and a DECA Strong. And we were both going to do individual and team. And I woke up, was it Thursday morning?
We were going to leave on Friday.
We were going to leave on Friday. I woke up Thursday morning and I looked at my maps and I'm like, it is 5.5 hours away. And I immediately was so dreading this. And I saw you and I was like, 5.5 hours? We are driving 5.5 hours on the weekend, and we've got to turn around again with a fast turnover and stay away from our families. And it's a lot of logistics for you and your family and everything. And we made the decision at lunchtime, we're not going on Thursday. And we were able to cancel the hotel.
And everybody was at peace with it, like husbands. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we had already forfeited one DECA event.
We did.
So like in 5 minutes, sitting on the bed in the hotel, we're like,
yes. I mean, we decided it. Made that decision in Austin, and we didn't even go to the event.
Excuse me.
We didn't even go to the event. And it's so funny.
We were already dressed in our workout clothes. And so the streak was still alive.
The running streak.
It is hot. It's like midday. It's 1 o'clock. And we're like, okay, we can leave, but we got to run our 2 miles.
Yep.
So we walk down outside. I feel like it's like a moment that will be ingrained in my brain forever.
Yeah, this is like 6th Street, guys.
Yeah, we're on 6th Street. There's construction everywhere. And we just start running. and there's like construction detours. And
I'm
I felt
following.
like God spoke to me on that run. He really did. I was like, we're going to think about this forever. Like, we're running. It's like not good circumstances. We're just getting it done. And I just felt like I had so much clarity on that run. And so we we're sweating it out, and then we went and we loaded up.
We loaded
and
up.
we headed home.
We went to Chipotle again.
We ate at Chipotle going and Chipotle coming home. That's all we did.
In 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't even in Austin for 24 hours. And the weirdest thing happened was there was like no rain on the radar. And as soon as we were exiting Austin, because we're just not a fan of like the 6th Street, that environment and everything around that. It's not our thing to hang out and do those kinds of things. So when we were leaving Austin, there was this dark cloud, and this rain just started pouring down. Like the departure from Austin, it was all dark behind us. The sun is in the front, going towards home, and it was gone by the time we got to Chipotle. And we're done. And we have no regrets. Yes, we were curious of what time we would get.
We would have done good
as a team, because she was going to do all the running.
But here's the thing. We have had some moments in our friendship where I feel like it was so God ordained. That whole trip home, like, our conversation was so good. Christy Sparkle came back, and we totally I had all this clarity that I thought of on that 2-mile run. And so we were like, we have to have a travel constitution.
Yes.
Like, this has to be a learning experience, that we are slower to what we say yes to.
Yes.
And that, well, I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I'm going to pull it up on my phone because it's good. I can't remember all the things. But we just want, it's just like life. It wasn't wasted because we had so much clarity about that.
Yes. And it was just entertaining that twice we tried to make DECA work, and to also put the story into it. You know, I pretty much pulled Bethany into DECA because you know, I've been doing it since 2020, and you know, I just, for me to not go and do mile and strong and give that up so easily just for a drive. I've driven back from Houston and back for a DECA strong event, for a 15-minute event before, but it's not in it there. Yeah. It's not there anymore.
So these were like the 5 points at the end. I wrote it down because I wanted to be able to remember, wrote down how it all went down because it was bizarre. And I said our commitment constitution on what we say yes to will start with, number 1, no fast decisions. And this is important to me. We call me Flash because I can make some fast decisions. No fast decisions. Evaluate, does this have eternal value? 3, how does this impact our families? It was Mother's Day. 4, does this further our business and our vision for growth? And 5, does this align with our fitness goals and overall health? Because we are still going to travel.
We will.
But we're traveling in 2 weeks. But we just want to make sure that what we commit to matters, and that it aligns with everything, and that we are always putting the right thing first.
Yes. And you texted Ramsey, or you texted the group, didn't you? Your family group chat. And you said, I'm coming home, and they were like, what? And I think it was Claire that said yay, or said something. And Ramsey was like, okay. And Lance my husband I had to explain it to him, because, you know, we still had to pay for a hotel for 2 nights, and we bought the DECA, you know, so it was you know, something that was paid for.
Money.
But again, there was no regrets for this. That's why we're not going to make haste decisions any longer.
That's right. The best yes, right?
The best yes.
Yeah. Well, and you know, looking at the mid-year audit, I think that we really see that so much can change in a year. And even that's why we've pivoted on working out, and we've pivoted on travel, and business looks so much different. We just reflected on the fact that we did our first lunch chat here 1 year ago today in the same spot. So, and that's where we've seen the build and obey, and literally we're flying the plane, seeing the people while we're pivoting. Always trying to be obedient and make things better.
100%.
So,
and the thing is, you know, when we are obeying, it does require courage. And so just like she said, she's mentioned before on podcast about like some radical obedience. And today is like my year anniversary of being, of radically obeying God speaking to me about resigning as a leader in Camp Gladiator. And it's been a year, and that was like literally the trajectory for my growth and everything that's happened in my life was that obedience.
Yeah, and if you wouldn't have taken that step, then God wouldn't have opened the next door.
I know.
And that's huge.
That's huge.
That's huge, and we have to go back and remember that. That's what's good about an audit.
I know.
So,
and it's just a good reminder that God's plans is always better than ours. And because things happen in life that you don't know and understand and foresee, and things will happen, but we just have to know that His plan is better. And it's, you know, going through something right now. I'm currently going through something right now that was just thrust onto our family, and it's hard, but I am excited because I have faith of what it's going to look like in 6 months. You know, because I think if it's anything like what's been built with our friendship and with business and the way that we're impacting things, it's going to be good.
That's right. And all of that increases your faith.
Oh, it does.
So, which is cool.
Seeing God's hand.
Yeah. So let's do a business update.
Okay.
So we said we're moving, and that's good. And then, you know, we just continue to grow, and our collaboration continues to grow. Just even in the last 6 months, really, you just came full time to Grace Wellness in just a few months ago.
Just a few months ago.
Yeah. And I even remember at the end of last year that we were like, what's our goal for you at Grace Wellness? And we're like, April is the goal, you know?
Yeah.
And so just continued growth. And then we had no idea that we were going to do a business merger with like Regenerative Therapies.
I know.
Which that is doing well. And we're really committed to that just as athletes.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, and just the fact that Bethany and I are so aligned with longevity and health span and protecting muscle and just allowing people to feel their best. Not to, you don't allow people to have labs that are just normal, and you explain things to them and we optimize them. We want them to feel their best. You know, some people are just like, oh, that's low normal, so let's just keep you there. And we don't believe in that. But we also believe in my role of guiding people and educating people and holding people to accountable so that they know how to take control of their life. And when you put you and I together, I mean, it's just like you said, you know, it's the dream team. It truly is. You've got the medical side, and you've got the nutritional and fitness side, but Bethany's also living that in the medical. I mean, it's something that you don't get at a doctor's office. That's not something that is the norm. And so we are just trying to just break the mold of what medicine looks like, of what it should look like.
And I think it's been good to see that what great things can grow when you're fully aligned. Because, because we truly, I feel like that nobody other than Ramsey knows my vision to the same extent.
Yes.
And if you know the vision, then you're like, okay, how can we execute this?
Exactly.
And because we share the same heart for what we want for people.
Yes, we are. I mean, we are on the same path.
Yeah. So the future's bright. Like Grace Wellness just continues to grow.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see the next 6 months because the rate at which all of it happens fast.
Yeah. Yeah, just stay tuned, guys. Just keep listening to our podcast because
Grace Wellness has been open 4 years this summer. So, but what has happened in the last year has been so much growth.
Yeah,
so
I do agree.
And I would say this, like personally, I think you would agree. Everything we're doing every day is exactly what I feel called to do. Like I'm doing exactly 100%. What I have always wanted to do.
Yeah, and that's what I said yesterday in our business meeting with the team, or the team meeting. is I have been in health and fitness for 15 years, and to be given the opportunity of getting out of just personal training and then having nutrition on this side and just doing nutrition with people, and and then trying to execute life coaching and have it all in one spot, it's like a dream come true, where I can execute personal training and I can execute nutrition and I can just help them make better decisions for their life. So
Yeah.
that's good.
So I encourage you to do a mid-year audit, just because we can always do better. There's always things to work on.
Always.
And, another thing I was thinking about all of the growth and the scaling, it can feel very chaotic. And it made me think about our devotional this morning was about like quiet, solitude, surrender, how we start our day.
Yes.
And I think that that's one thing that has made our growth tolerable is that we still have those anchors,
Yes.
and that's why we're still like okay at the pace that we're at.
Yeah.
Because we have those anchors in our life.
Because it's almost like when we do those devotionals, we're both hearing God's word, but we're both hearing almost the same thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, just our alignment it's godsend.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. Thanks for spending time with us on Grit and Grace Podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please like, share, and follow us on all platforms. And as you head back into your life, choose to pursue it with strength, faith, and intention, a life marked with both grit and grace.